Do Scorpio men come back after the breakup with no contact? Scorpio men are one of the most obsessive men of the zodiac. Does this mean your Scorpio man will come back after a breakup? Watch the video to find out. Your Scorpio man will definitely come back to you after a failed relationship or breakup. This man has extreme obsessive, compulsive tendencies that will make him more likely to reconnect to his ex more than any other sign. A Scorpio man pours out love so intensely that it can be all-consuming. Scorpio men are the intensely sexy men of the zodiac sign. They exude mysteriousness and a dark aura that makes women turn their heads around every time these men walk out of the room. Deep beneath the hot and cold surface they project into the world, there lies extreme emotional intensity and burden. These men feel too much, which can make them love hard. Your Scorpio man has his sun seating in the sign of the Scorpion and the 8th house, which makes him exhibit Plutonian qualities. He may exude power and influence even from afar. However, it is important to find out his all-encompassing birth chart. By knowing his birth chart, you can look inwards on the type of emotional security he craves, his moon sign, how he thinks and communicates, Mercury sign, how he attracts other people, and what he is attracted to, Venus sign, and how he pursues his love interest, Mars sign. This is incredibly important aspects that are very telling to what your Scorpio man as a whole thinks and looks like. Nevertheless, in this video, we're going to explain why your Scorpio man will come back after a breakup even with no contact, how he acts when he's in love and his dating style, how he handles your breakup, and what are some of the things that can make his heart warm again for you. Let's jump right in. Let's move on to the Scorpio men, in love, dating style, and personality traits. The Scorpio man is a dark character. His planetary ruler, Pluto, is the feared god of the underworld. His tarot card is Death, which signifies physical or spiritual death, which transcends rebirth and transformation. This man has a lot of extremities in his soul. The Scorpio man is an incredibly influential individual who can manipulate his circumstances to fit his agenda. He can be charming, persuasive. The Scorpio man is an incredibly influential individual who can manipulate his circumstances to fit his agenda. He can be charming, persuasive, and alluring if he wants to. Do not be fooled by his icy facade, however, as deep down he craves undying love and emotional intimacy like no other. Just like his fellow water signs, Cancer, Pisces, emotional turmoil is a big issue among water signs. Because they instinctively feel things from a deeper level, they are also able to sulk in every emotions other people feel. This can make them very prone to melancholy and pessimism, which is an issue they should address. However, the water signs proactively express their emotions in different ways. Cancer men may show their emotions freely, which might make them be seen as explosive or moody. Pisces men tend to detach and go with the flow, or may even play the victim. Scorpio men, on the other hand, are different. They have great emotional control that can make their motives hidden until they find a perfect time to strike. This is due to the fixed modality of this sign, which makes men born under this rulership seem to have great forceful persistence and stubbornness that can make them incredibly dangerous individuals. In matters of love, if you're dating a Scorpio man, his Plutonian energy can manifest into love as a deep and obsessive one. He will be extremely romantic with you. He will show you love in many ways possible. He can be the first to make moves when in love, and he will show off his incredibly high sexual energy. Alongside that, your Scorpio man can be a hedonist and express his love for you in different forms of pleasure. He can also be extremely controlling and jealous if he decides that he wants you for life. This can be tricky for some women. All you have to do is to show him your love with the same amount of intensity he gives you and be open and transparent to him. A Scorpio man might inherently go for casual relationships if he feels like it because of his high sexual energy, and it can be hard to break that barrier. If you do, however, form a deep relationship with him, you better be prepared for the extreme roller coaster ride of the emotions he's gonna give you. This man lives to experience all emotions. He will not be shallow and will be glaringly upfront about what he wants. He prefers realness and deepness in his romantic and friendly conversations. He likes to know what is deep inside you and wants to vibe with you genuinely. The emotionally charged heart and mind of a Scorpio man desire realness in all aspects of his love life. He desires true passionate love, the love that is committed, the one that he can maneuver and control because it's his nature to do so. He wants the love he gives back to be reciprocated. He can be incredibly aggressive and domineering when protecting you or his loved ones. He doesn't want a half-hearted relationship where he pours out everything only to be returned by cold, insincere, and unrequited feelings. His dating style is wholehearted, tender, and passionately aggressive. He lives for the extreme, whether it's showing you how he passionately loves you, how he cares for you, or how he shows his emotions to you. Expect the interactions to be jam-packed and thoughtfulness. Before we talk about how do Scorpio men handle a breakup, please hit the like button. How do Scorpio men handle a breakup? They will act all tough and bad boyish. He will act unbothered, but deep down he will be a man full of chaotic emotions. He will feel extreme sadness, pain, and anger. He will harbor thoughts of resentment after the breakup, but he will surely miss you and the good times you've had. This guy has an incredible memory of his past that will let him stay clingy to you until you both have reconnected and fixed your relationship. The breakup can trigger an immense amount of obsessive issues. He will watch your move to the point of stalking you. This is normal, because he's still got feelings for you and will want to look out for you even if you have broken up. A Scorpio man scorned will have an extreme emotional breakdown by himself. He will not show his pain and sadness to other people as he sees this as emotional weakness. He will in some time hold grudges and might even plot a way to get back in your life or will do revenge. Your Scorpio man will be almost 100% certain that he still has feelings for you, which makes him most likely to come back to your failed relationship after a breakup without no contact. You just need to be sincere and be open about everything. Be the kind of woman who reciprocates the kind of love he gives, and you will be back with him in no time. One of the questions is, can you win over your Scorpio man back? Yes, most definitely he will. He is eager to come back to a relationship, especially if it's a serious one. Scorpio men do really take their committed relationship seriously and will or might even initiate contact first. He is an extremely possessive man. He will be clingy and deeply attached to the person they committed. However, he might not show his sensitivity or softness. He will show his commitment in ways that you will perceive him as the tough guy. However, he is more than his sun sign, and he is a complex individual with different and unique combinations of the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and other planetary aspects that will give him a unique personality that is different from the generalized sun sign. It is best to look for Venus and Moon in terms of how you can make him feel safer in getting back to a relationship with you. We already talked about how you will win over the Scorpio man back. Now let's talk about what to do if your Scorpio man dumped you. If your Scorpio man dumped you, it could be because he cannot feel that you are reciprocating the love he gives you. He might have unresolved trust and controlling issues, or might even see you as hard to read or pin down. Your Scorpio man also craves stability in a relationship, because it is a water sign, which means your Scorpio man can be a walking lie detector test as well as a psychic. He can sense if the relationship is going well or if there's insincerity, ingenuity, or even shallowness in the relationship. If he was the first one to dump you, he can almost certainly tell that the serious relationship he committed is going nowhere. He might be confrontational and upfront about it, but he will almost certainly be stubborn about it. If he breaks up with you first, it can be because of underlying issues, mainly lack love, passion, or shallow love. Let's talk about the 4 reasons your Scorpio man won't return. Here are some reasons why your Scorpio man won't return to you if he decided to break up with you. Number 1, you cheated or broke his trust. Be wary. If you ever broke his trust and loyalty by doing something that made him feel like you betrayed him, his deadly sting can come out and lash on you. Catching you cheating or doing something he considers cheating can be a serious deal breaker, whether he'll come back or not, and he will definitely be over you after. Even if he feels like he still loves you, he will not come back and make reamends to fix your relationship. He will, however, keep an eye on every single move you do and will plan strategically on how to get revenge on you and the party involved. These signs in times of imminent danger and stress can be relentlessly powerful when provoked. Number 2, he feels you do not reciprocate the love he gives. Even if your Scorpio man loves intensely and passionately, he's no dummy. If he intuitively feels that you are detached or ingenuine, he can immediately sense it and retreat back to his cold and stingy persona. Your Scorpio man doesn't want a woman who is unable to commit or feels that she can live her life without him. If he ever feels that you are detached about the outcomes of the relationship, he will genuinely feel that it is best to break up and not continue the relationship after all. As much as he loves the woman regardless of her insincerity, he will want to find a mate who can match the same energy as him. He wants utmost devotion and faithfulness. Number 3, Scorpio is a fixed water sign. Scorpio men can be incredibly hard-headed and stubborn because the sign he's in is in a fixed modality. Most of their actions or ideas would be stable and be hard or almost even impossible to change. This means that if you two had an unresolved conflict after a breakup, or he has underdeveloped shadow traits of a Scorpio, such as being egoistical and one-sided, he will be unwilling to be uncompromised. You can't change his mind, and you cannot do anything or say anything that would change it otherwise. Number 4, your Scorpio man leans on to his shadow self more. Scorpio individuals, in general, are very complex and are capable of showing goodness or wickedness to the extreme. An unevolved Scorpio represents a low-life scorpion that hunts its food with its deadly stinger. He can be extremely cunning, manipulative, and pessimistic. He holds grudges and seeks revenge. Evolved Scorpios are incredibly powerful individuals that are represented by the soaring eagle or phoenix. They can manifest anything out of this reality by using their spiritual greatness. They are great shamans, healers, protectors, and therapists in this world needs. If your Scorpio man exhibits more of his shadow self, such as being more manipulative, hurtful, or even showcases egoism during and after your relationship, it's a much better way you stayed out of that relationship for good, because in the end, you're the only one who's gonna get hurt. He will also have a hard time forgiving you if you ever broke up with him and might even consider revenge. We have reached the last part of this video, and that is Scorpio men's final thoughts. Scorpio men and men with plenty of Scorpio placements, especially in Mars, Moon, or Rising, can be incredibly powerful individuals who are deeply emotional and intuitive about the world around them. They are loyal if you show them you are worthy of being given love and loyalty. Their intense passion is powered by Pluto and Mars. It is best that you find out more about his birth chart so you can find more about his planetary aspects, which have an overall impact on his personality and lifestyle. For more romantic advice videos, please subscribe to our channel.